Hello traders, and welcome to my new YouTube video over here on my channel. What we're going to do in today's video, guys, is we're going to make some analysis, and to be more specifically, we're going to make the pairs that you've been voting for. Yes, guys, I asked you in my Telegram channel about what pairs you want me to cover up, and more than 50% voted for the DXY, Gold, EURUSD, and the GBPUSD. Also, me personally, I've been voting for these pairs because, yeah, they're pretty the best. So I really enjoy these pairs. But hold on, the DXY? Exactly. I haven't been analyzing the DXY for a very long time right now. I explained it to you in one of my videos that it's not super important for the Forex pairs. And yes, it's still my opinion. But what is super interesting to understand by reading the DXY is to understand the whole point of the current economic situation. What do I mean by that? Well, actually, we had yesterday news from the Fed. And I've been trading the Fed with a nice long on the EURUSD, and right afterwards the price dropped all the way to the downside. Now, it doesn't mean right now that the Fed decided right now to short the US dollar or to take a long out of it just because of the price went up higher and long and afterwards short. No, what it means is they've made a decision. And I'm going to explain to you in this video what the decision was. Actually, it's not that easy to understand what their decision was, but we can read it a little bit from the charts, okay, guys? And it's almost the same like the EURUSD chart or the GBPUSD, so you can read the same kind of information. But the thing is right now that the decision of the Federal Reserve will completely affect the charts, no matter what support we have, no matter what institutional level of demand we have. They are going to just break it or they are going to respect it depending on what decision they made. And this is what we're going to do in today's analysis as well, guys. Plus, I'm going to show you the setups that I'm looking for during this week and also, of course, for the next week, because we analyzed everything from a long-term perspective as well. Okay, guys, I would say we're going to get right into the videos. Make sure to check out all the links in the description to join my public Telegram channel to vote for the next content that I'm going to share over here on YouTube, but also on TradingView. Stay tuned, guys. It will be a ton of content released in the next couple of days and weeks, of course. So we're going to start right now with the analysis, and we're going to begin with the DXY. Now, the DXY is super important, is like I already explained to you, to understand the overall standpoint of the economics. We know the US dollar is the most important currency in this world. So whatever this pair or this index, what kind of direction it has, it will affect the whole world. Okay, everything is correlated, right? The euro needs the dollar for export import businesses, and this is what we even need the whole Forex thing over there. And if we understand what DXY is about to do, what kind of value it has in comparison with the past, it will give us a huge benefit to understand this whole thing. And also for the cryptocurrencies, okay, guys, also use the DXY for the cryptocurrencies as well. Now, I'm going to analyze it today a little bit different than I did in the past. Why? Simply because I'm going to analyze this whole thing from a smart money concept perspective, which means we're going to identify all the liquidity points, understanding the real institutional structural point to get the best levels and understanding of this chart. Now, what we can see here is that in the past, the DXY went crazy to the upside, right? But if you just look at this part, you will see and say, okay, DXY is bullish. But look at this whole thing over here. Then this whole thing looks much more bearish, right? Because the thing comes from here, going lower. And right now, this thing here is just a correction based on this whole thing. But this is way too far, guys. And we will have way too much manipulation from the Federal Reserve before we're going to trade something like that, of course. But important for us is to understand this thing that we have over here, and probably even this one, okay? Because this is currently the range where we are located. And now let's come a little bit more here. Well, we had here this resistance, right, which we mapped out in the past as well, and we had here a very important area of supply. So this whole thing, from my point of view, is a supply. We've got here a pretty nice price action confirmation, price dropped all the way to the downside. Overall, we are part of this bearish movement, so this thing is very bearish. And look at this, price failed to go lower. Of course, we got here some kind of demand zone. This is why the price has been respecting it, of course. But the thing is, this whole thing here is part of a big bearish movement. And this is why, from my point of view, the DXY will go long term more than likely bearish. But for now, that's not interesting for us because we are here. Okay, we are here. For us, important is this level here. If we will manage to break this one to the upside, let me just map it out. Exactly. If we're going to break this one to the upside, the DXY will be bullish. Well, bullish till maximum the zone, and from here we will see then something like that. And if this scenario will come true, then probably the DXY will be overall more than likely bullish instead of being bearish. That's what I see currently, because the price then here failed to go lower to break this one here to the downside. Okay, so we know important level is definitely this one over here. What we can see furthermore is that the price has been creating here a strong level, which the price already tested. Let's get a bit lower into a weekly time frame. And into a weekly time frame, we can see that this movement here was just, from my point of view, a clean liquidity grab. So I'm going to use right now this tool here to illustrate it to you a little bit better. You can also see that the price never broke through that level. It just grabbed a little bit of liquidity from here, and right now it's testing it again. That doesn't mean anything, guys. We cannot say right now 100% what the market did there, but what we can see and say is that the price has here some supply zone. And you need liquidity for a supply zone to be pretty relevant. And the thing is, we grabbed liquidity and pushed afterwards all the way to the downside. But look at this, still part of the structural point over here. So we didn't manage to go lower. That thing tells us currently, okay, price is not ready to go lower right now. But let's zoom a little bit in. Let's go to the daily time frame. Now, daily time frame has been bullish here, correcting to the downside, coming all the way back up, testing the supply zone. Super important for us will be right now if the price will hold this supply zone. The supply zone is currently pretty interesting, to be honest, because it grabbed liquidity already from this previous high, right? Grabbing the liquidity, but failed to go right now even lower. So it just respected here this zone, went up higher. This is kind of a critical thing right now because we cannot say 100% what the DXY will do. And this is something which is perfectly fine because of, yeah, we had right now a lot of news. Nobody knows exactly what we're going to do. And from my point of view, the Federal Reserve is going to print some more US dollars. And this will mean the increase of the value of the DXY. From my point of view, we will go definitely bearish. The only thing is right now, how far are we going to still go up before this huge drop will occur? I mean, we can already see price already dropped to the downside. Probably we will even respect the supply zone. It would make a lot of sense from my point of view that we're going to respect this supply zone over there, and the price will give us right now movements like this. Okay, that's how I see it currently, because you can see here liquidity, right? You can definitely see here some liquidity. Price should actually break right through it. That's how I see. You can also see this whole thing like that. It's kind of a correctional thing over there. It looks very promising. And here is the most liquidity. So looks like that. Second option is price could go a little bit higher, right? To get something like this before afterwards it will drop down. And the same kind of thing which I explained to you already here, you can also reflect it on the gold chart, the EURUSD and the GBPUSD. You will see kind of the same outcome. This is why I was not that often analyzing the DXY, because it's almost the same, right? I mean, if you're analyzing the EURUSD or the GBPUSD or the DXY, it's almost the same. You can get always the same kind of correction, same kind of analysis. The thing is just on the DXY, you just understand currently the standpoint, right? Because if we, for example, we will break this level here, then it's a clean buy, okay? And if the EURUSD for that in the same time will be somewhere else, then we know exactly how to deal with the EURUSD. Because if, for example, right now we will be really here breaking this level, then it will mean for me, because the US is increasing in value, the EURUSD will decrease in value, the GBPUSD will decrease in value, the gold will decrease in value, which is super logical, right? It's just a pair which consists of two currencies, and whenever one's gaining power, in this case the US dollar it's at the end, then euro will lose it. Okay, now that's my analysis for the DXY. Hopefully you got the standpoint why I did it right now. I'm just analyzing it because I'm not 100% sure what the price will really do. From my point of view, it will go bearish, and the same kind of thing will be reflected on all the other pairs as well. So they will be bullish. Now look at this. Gold is already setting up for that bullish movement. From a weekly standpoint, we can see price has several strong levels. You get this one and you get this one. This one is also pretty interesting zone, and right now we are already tapping into a very important weekly level of demand. Let's refine it a little bit on the daily because it's way too big on the weekly. On the daily, I would do it like this. Just interesting about this zone. More than likely, this one will be the prettiest. Here you would also have liquidity in your favor. You got liquidity here below, and the price could currently just drop a little bit lower, giving us strong move down and then push up. Here is already liquidity, so price could target this liquidity. You got extreme liquidity here, so a price currently is just dropping in order to go higher afterwards. That's how I see. For me, gold is a clean buy, so I'm definitely looking to buy over here. So if the price will tap into this demand, immediately looking for a nice price action confirmation to take a long on gold. EURUSD. Now EURUSD, it's still the same analysis. I explained it today, I think, on TradingView. Let's have a look on the higher time frame. Now, you know, weekly is in this range. Over a weekly, we are at the supply. This is what the price is currently correcting, but we don't need this one, guys, to be honest. We don't need it. It was just a kind of different analysis just to show you another aspect about the EURUSD, how you can see it, right? Because you need to understand, when it comes to Forex trading, nothing can be right and nothing can be wrong. So whether you're doing analysis, if it is based on your rules, the analysis is right. Which will be then the right direction to trade is then a completely different thing, because the market will always be right. Understanding where liquidity is will definitely improve your win rate by making these decisions. But the thing is, right now, from my point of view on the EURUSD, what we can see is that the price will be bullish. Exactly what I explained on the DXY already. Let me just show you right now from the weekly time frame that we can still see this bullish thing, okay? And what I wanted to say previously was, with that one supply zone, is that you need to keep in mind that potentially the price on the EURUSD could be also bearish, right? Because this is a supply zone. If this is a real supply zone, guys, then price should do this. Currently, it makes more sense that we will push up higher before afterwards going long or bearish. So bearish is right now still possible, but from my point of view, only after we will make a big move all the way back up to over 1.2. Okay, just to clarify that one thing. Always understand that there are multiple possibilities, and you need to understand which possibility is at which time most relevant. Currently, this is not relevant, right? To understand where the weekly will go, 100% now. But where the daily will go, where the 4 hours will go, the 1 hour, this is much more interesting for us, guys. Now, understanding currently on the daily time frame is we have big liquidity points over there. Similar to gold, right? Similar to gold. This is what makes me right now super cautious that I made my DXY analysis definitely right, that I should expect on the DXY bearish movement, and on the EURUSD therefore also bullish momentum, grabbing this liquidity, get right into the supply before afterwards dropping like that, okay, or only a small one, because I expect the price to come here at some time. Now let's go here more to the depth. Here we got important liquidity points. This is how I managed my trade yesterday. I'm not sure right now what day I'm uploading this thing, but at that day where the Federal Reserve was, I took a nice long trade. So I traded the news. Let me show it to you in the minute 5 time frame. I took here a nice long after they occurred. So they made immediately a huge drop. And after price was something like here, I joined it immediately, took a nice long, because yeah, the thing is it collected here liquidity. So from my point of view, it made so much sense, because the whole liquidity, which was below this one, was just collected with that one strong move down. Okay, and then it was for me clear I need to take a long trade. And afterwards, after I've been here at this top, I've understood that, okay, there is another liquidity source. Price just will use it to go lower. And of course it will go lower, because not every single institution was right here. And how should they mitigate their losses? Of course, by bringing the price all the way to the downside. This is why I was also looking for a short position, but I didn't get into that zone, into a short position, both, unfortunately. This box over here, which I mapped out over here, would have been my entry area for a short. Okay, look at this. That would have been really a crazy trade, just to show you right now what's possible here with the real techniques. But in this case, I wanted to see some more confirmation, and I missed that one confirmation, to be honest. But this could have been your potential trade, guys. Something like 1 to 30. Okay, but let's continue, guys. Let's continue with the analysis. Now, I hope you got my standpoint. So liquidity was cleared right now on both sides. Now, the last time it cleared liquidity from even lower from this zone, previously it did not. When the news occurred, it just cleared out the liquidity from these lows. Now right now I cleared out this one, strong move up. I didn't get my confirmation to get involved because the price was just pushing. I just traded this one, just to be honest. I traded something, but I closed it immediately. So it was this zone which I traded very quick. I just traded it here above this liquidity zone. So it was just a quick trade for today, which I did. And then I was looking for further confirmation. Price didn't give me that. And right now, look at this, where we are. Currently, I'm more than likely expecting the price to go lower. Okay, from my point of view, it looks like we're going to go lower. So we got here the zone. Price should go lower. So me personally, I'm going to be interested into a nice long trade when the price will come back to the zone here, clearing up more liquidity, and afterwards long will be something which I definitely expect from the EURUSD. So you can see right now it's kind of difficult getting involved, despite of the analysis are straight on point, because I gave you the exact levels, guys, that I was expecting price to come to till this demand zone over here. In trading view and also on YouTube, look at this, price tapped into it, went up higher, but I didn't get my entry because it was during the night, guys. I was sleeping. I mean, the majority of you are also sleeping at this time, right? But yeah, these things happens, and we need just to wait right now for further confirmation. What I would like also to see a second scenario is price to go up higher before going lower, getting involved into entry here, and then pushing it all the way to the supply zone. Okay? GBPUSD. Yeah, that was crazy, man. So I really fucked up that the price didn't catch my entry over there. So I really wanted to be also here involved. But the same thing like on the euro, it was during the night. And to be honest, I was watching it till 10 o'clock, something like that. I was watching the market. But at that time, we didn't manage to get an entry confirmation. The entry confirmation occurred a little bit later. It was at here. That would have been my entry. Exactly here would have been my entry at 2 o'clock. But yeah, I was sleeping. And also trading the Asia sessions, also not the best. But in this case, it would have been a good idea. Let me tell you why. Now, trading Asia session could be super, super risky. So I've been backtesting a lot just to understand if it would have been possible to trade the Asia session, and what I discovered is it's not the best idea because the liquidity is a little bit different. The banks there are trading a little bit different than my technique. But what makes a lot of sense is that during the Asia session you can definitely trade GBPUSD or EURUSD after such a big event like the Fed. You can definitely do it because they are there and they're going to catch these prices. The price was so damn low at this point. It was at this level of demand. Of course they're going to be involved in that one thing. And now let me show you what the London traders did. I mean, they've been just buying it from here. They've been just buying through the zone here, breaking structure, and we are still waiting, and we do not even have an entry. The New York session did the same. The New York traders just pumping it up. Yeah, not the way how I trade. I don't have that much money that I can just enter the market with 100 pip stop loss. This is how it don't work for me. So right now, guys, I'm just waiting for price to give us a pullback, going lower, and then I'm going to also rock it all the way to the upside. So I'm super confident that we will push up higher. It looks like that. The fundamentals are kind of telling us this one thing, pretty sure from my point of view, and we should go up on the GBPUSD till this zone and probably even here. Okay, now I would say that's the end for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and yeah, tell me in the Telegram channel when I'm going to make a new poll about what topic you want me to make the next video, and also leave it in the comment section down below. Tell me also there what you want me to cover up in the next pair, and see you in a new video, guys. Bye bye.